Coming to you straight out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And brought to you by the Sioux Empire Podcast Network. This is Urban Indianz Podcast. Bringing you an educated and entertaining look at life through the eyes of the modern-day Native American. Urban Indianz Podcast. Hosted by everyone's favorite natives. Night Shield, Night Shizzle, Miss Shark Green Maximal, GP, Gorilla Pimp, and Kathy Stans. You're listening to Urban Indianz Podcast.
All right, welcome to episode 34 of the Urban Indianz Podcast. My name is Gabriel Nightshield. I'm joined by Shar.
Hello.
And special guests Nate and Shayna today.
Yay, what up?
How are you guys doing?
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm happy to have a full couch again.
Yeah, right.
He's getting too comfy doing podcasts, just laying down.
I'll kick back.
Just lift the mic.
No. Hold it all the way down.
It's crazy. Crazy. Fucking
So much to talk about.
There is so much. We done a lot in these past 2 weeks or however long it's been since the last podcast. When was it? When was the last podcast?
Yeah, when
a couple weeks ago. I think. Are we on schedule now, or are we off?
We're
on schedule.
Yep. All right. Well, yeah, we did a lot. We had fucking Halloween. We did what?
Nelly concert.
Oh yeah, the Nelly concert. Yep, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was.
It just feels like it's been a month because of all that shit you crammed.
I know. We were like, oh, we don't got much going on, and then like somehow.
Everything.
Yeah, that show was a lot of fun, and then it was a lot of drunken madness escapades and that.
A lot of McDonald's and what the hell, Brookings? Like, you guys have nowhere to eat past midnight.
Yeah, it's a college town.
What is wrong with you guys?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Perkins is closed.
Barely made it to McDonald's with like 5 minutes left.
Perkins closes?
Yeah.
I was
like almost crying in the parking lot. Like, I was so hungry.
And we could only get breakfast sandwiches, chicken nuggets, and French fries
and
at
shakes.
McDonald's.
I was like, I can't get a
Select
burger, but I
few.
can get a chocolate shake. Like,
You call yourselves a college town.
Yeah.
Come on.
What kind of bullshit college operates like this?
Dude, I was so drunk sitting in Perkins parking lot, not even realizing it's closed.
Waiting for us.
Yeah, texting you guys like, man, we in Perkins. Where y'all at?
Yeah.
And I looked up like, this motherfucker's closed. Let's go.
Yeah. It was really cool because, like, obviously I'm not a rapper, so that was my first time seeing, like, behind the scenes of, like, just seeing you guys set up and get ready. And, like, I was probably more nervous than you guys. I'm, like, walking up there, my hands shaking with the camera. I was like, what the heck's wrong with me? So, yeah. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I had fun, man. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Those bigger shows are a lot easier to do than, like, the smaller shows, I think.
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
Because, like, the bigger shows is just, everybody's there.
They
having
rocking.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the smaller shows are, like, you can see when people don't give a fuck. Like,
That's true.
Because like somebody's on their phone, another
away.
person's like got their back turned to you.
Those
It's
are
just
a lot
like,
harder.
you don't give a fuck. Yeah.
You gotta go twice as hard to try to get them
Like,
in the
hey,
mood,
you over there.
know?
Yeah.
Calling people
Like those
out.
bigger shows, even if like half the crowd doesn't give a fuck, they're still like,
They're still rocking.
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because they're just like
40
angry,
people.
like, they're ready
yeah.
to go.
Fucking
Yeah,
those
ones are the ones that make me super nervous.
Yeah, the smaller
4 or 5
ones.
people in the crowd, you're like, oh my god.
Like when we did the fucking whatchamacallit one the other day. The Vishnu bunny one the other day.
Oh yeah.
I was more nervous at that one than the fucking. There was just our friends.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
because
me
you're
too.
like, yeah. How many people were there?
No, but
There
about when
Pretty
we
much.
first, it depends on when we first started performing.
Yeah.
There was maybe like 25. When we got done performing, there was probably like 5,
Yeah.
including
man.
us.
Yeah. And then you go hard because you don't want those 5 to walk away.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, Nate, where you going, man? I'm still on. Hold up. Packing this shit up.
Like, nah, fuck that. I'm done.
Well, there's no cussing on our podcast. Just
Nah,
kidding.
Gabe already said like 6 of them.
You already said all
I know.
First word he said was cuss words. I was like, it's on.
Yeah. Did you guys do anything fun for Halloween?
Just trick or treat in my little neighborhood.
You know, I'm getting old because, like, we went out that Saturday before, and I was just, like, looking around. I was like, you know, I can't do this. There was so much work just getting ready, and I was just, like, done.
Oh, yeah, I remember I saw you on Halloween.
But you were completely blank. But
yeah, I was.
Do you even remember?
Do you even remember? We had fun.
Yeah, like, fucking,
He's like, I paid for everyone's food at Gilberto's.
You did?
I was like, what?
Like,
did you?
Why
Yeah, you
am I
shouldn't have
always
left.
missing out?
I woke up the next morning and I was like,
Gilberto's on me.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, I'm getting carne asada fries.
I called you too. I should have told you to order me.
I told you where we went.
No shit. I should have came up
fuck,
with it.
yeah, I was, because I woke up the next day. It took me a while to remember I did that, because like, wait, I thought I had like $100 in here, and I had like $35. Like, where'd all this fucking money go?
He must have been messaging me right after, like, yeah, I think I got him food. And I'm like, what do you mean you think you did?
Yeah, it's whack.
Yeah.
I went.
Well,
that's
it was
when
just me, but.
we went. Me and my homeboy Chris. We went. We were. Where were we at? Or we were downtown. We were at like Tommy Jack's and we went to Top Hat. Then we took a lift over to the Monsters Ball or whatever.
How was that?
It was pretty fun.
Pretty cool.
And then we we were only there for like half hour, maybe 45 minutes. And then we took a lift back over to where you guys were at. And somewhere in that time frame, I lost my friend. I don't know where he went.
For
so
real?
we were outside at the fire pit, and we're
Yeah.
like, oh, let's, should we check something else out? Because there was nothing but like fresh 21-year-olds, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we're leaving.
That's why I went there.
I
was just thinking, which one was that,
No, they're just like, I don't know, it's just
This
like.
is too much for me sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're about to walk downstairs, and like literally Night Shield just got to the top of the stairs. So we were like, man. So I was like, oh, I'm like, look, Night Shield's here, and then like,
Was he like,
dude, he looked straight past
He
Shayna.
looked straight past me. And
Like
Are
he
you
was
serious?
like he looked at Shayna and he's like, I was like, he
And we
don't
knew he
see
was
you.
like,
I was like, he's alone. And then you're like,
oh.
I was
What's going on?
Dude, he was in blank mode at Biggs already.
Fuck,
I was
yeah, it was-
DJing, he was standing next to
I
me.
do
like,
remember getting to pay because I remember I came in the back way and I was like I must have been like totally like feeling myself or just total asshole mode because there was like a long ass line and I just cut in front of everybody.
For
oh
real?
my gosh,
Fucking
Shayna.
yeah,
What
yeah.
did you say to them?
I don't know what I said.
And they let you in?
You came up to me and you said, you tried to go through the front door and you tried to go in.
Oh
And they
yeah.
were like, no.
You
And
went
you
to
were
the
like,
back
do you
door.
know who I am?
No, you didn't.
And they're like, no, no, we don't.
Like, I'm nice.
And I was like, you really pulled that card.
I don't remember if I did or not, but I might have.
You said you did,
Probably.
but they didn't know who you was, so you
Yeah,
went to
like,
the back door.
The back of the line. What are you dressed as an orc? Get out of here.
That's fucked
Yeah,
up.
I was all dressed up, and I thought I looked cool, as a demon. And then Night Shield the whole time was like, you look like a gypsy. Like, you look like a fucking gypsy. Like, 20 times, and I was just like, I'm done. This guy's
Like, I'm a
irritating me.
demon.
She was like,
I'm a demon
he
game.
was staring at her for like 5 minutes. Nope, you're a fucking gypsy.
I don't remember any
I'm
of
like,
this.
dude.
That wasn't me. That was
you,
that
man.
was Shizzle talking.
Was
Yeah.
that
was
drunken
probably
rapper?
was.
Drunken rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
but
is.
Halloween was fun. Like, my kids got a gang load of candy. Like, even the twins, like, they filled up their buckets twice.
Really?
Yeah, they were at it. But towards the end, they were like, they lasted a good 2 hours, though. So, the girls got a
Mine did too.
pillowcase full.
Lyric came home with a
full?
gang of candy.
Jeez.
Wouldn't give me any of it. I was like, can I just get one Reese's Pieces? Just one.
Damn.
Nope. None.
So that brings me to, like,
Cold-blooded.
why do people, like, not trick-or-treat in their own neighborhoods?
Should we go to the rich neighborhoods?
I do.
Like, is it that much greater, though?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I always wondered that.
I go in my...
I think in the rich neighborhoods,
I
they
go-
give you a full candy bar.
They
instead
do
of
in
a
my
bite
neighborhood
size.
too, so that's a lie. But
You
I
probably live in a rich neighborhood.
no, I don't. No, I live in Terrace Park, like old historic like district,
yeah.
But like for real, like I think about that because I see like people posting like, "Where are you taking your kids?" I'm like, "Don't you just go in your neighborhood?"
Yeah, I do.
Like that's
I don't.
crazy to me.
Well, I can't go
I
in my
understand
neighborhood,
yours. Like if
'cause
you
I'm,
live
like,
in
way
all
north side and there's like let's
all
go
apartment
trick-or-treat in
buildings.
an apartment complex. Like that's
I
not
wonder
gonna
that, dude.
happen.
People don't
So
trick or treat.
we go down to McKinnon area.
Yeah.
Because that is like the spot to go to.
But how much candy did your kids get?
We got, the 2 little ones got 2 bucketfuls, and Jacob filled his.
See, same as mine.
Yeah.
I live in the
It's the
poorest
same.
neighborhood in Sioux Falls, I think. Like, if you look at low
I think
income,
it just
like,
depends.
you know what I mean?
Maybe
where
the
you
chocolate
live, I
taste is
think.
different.
Yeah.
Same Walmart, same Sam's Club.
A rich person gave me this.
Yeah, you just feel
I got
better.
$1
You
with
never
this
know who
one.
you're gonna meet.
I think it's like
Yeah.
a mental thing for people, honestly.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I just wanted to bring that up because I want to argue.
You just want to go to the houses where you don't think you're gonna get stabbed at.
Hey, people are like sitting outside and they're like
That's
so
messed up.
happy and waiting for trick-or-treaters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
man.
There are spotty, places, but when you live in that neighborhood,
I didn't
No,
actually
normal.
go out this year.
Yeah.
Lyric went with her friends, so I
got
like,
ditched.
yeah.
See, that's why you don't deserve candy. You didn't even walk
I know.
with her.
Bullshit.
You didn't put the work
Yeah,
in,
for
man.
real. I had.
I got at
She's
least
all
one of
for
those
real.
buckets.
Yeah.
I know. We separated the twins' candy for them, and we had all like the sweets or like all of the sour, tart stuff and all of the chocolates. And so the twins thought like one bucket was theirs each. And I'm like, no, we split your candy up, and they didn't get it. They're like, that's mine. So one got all chocolates, the other one got all.
Are you
sweets.
serious?
Like, yeah, they were cool with it.
Got all the
That's funny.
sweets.
Yeah.
Right on. Yep. I don't know. Lyric's getting too old for trick or treating. She wasn't even like I was trying to paint her face. I thought because at first she wasn't even gonna go out, and then I was like, well, I felt kind of bad, so I was like, well, let's just I'll paint your face, you can paint my face, and we'll just have fun at home or whatever. And then I got halfway into like painting her face, and then one of her friends hit her up, and she's like, "I'm gonna go, Dad." And I was like, "Wait, I'm not done yet." And then she
Man.
Yeah, she washed it
sad.
off, and then
Washed it off.
yeah.
No, I
Two?
didn't keep it on.
I would have been all my baby's getting big.
And I washed it off too.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, yeah, because my oldest son, he only wants a mask now. Like,
Yeah.
That's the
no
thing.
costume.
Yeah, that's on mine.
Just a mask. And I'm like, who are you? Like, I used to be able to fix your hair, do everything. No.
Yeah.
I think it's
Nothing.
funnier like that than just masks.
Yeah,
I hate masks.
my oldest, they don't want to trick or treat next year. They just want to sit home and pass the candy out now.
Hey, at least they want to do something.
Yeah.
Nope. He's always going trick-or-treating with me.
Yeah, my nephew's in 9th grade. He came with us.
Really?
Mhm.
Did he trick or treat?
Yeah,
I remember like
he disappeared towards the end, but
For real?
yeah, he was
Wait,
like,
okay.
I think the latest I
That's
trick or
funny.
treated was I was in like 8th grade, I think, and I remember I was on the res, and I remember we went to like the senior citizen housing in like fucking St. Francis or whatever, and somebody gave us a scoop of commodity peanut butter. So like,
in your bag.
scoop of peanut butter.
Yeah, I've been cool.
I mean, like, come on, cheese is like, come on.
Here's some sugar. I'm sorry, it's done in the form of candy or in a packet or something.
Just had a
That's
handful.
cool. There you go. That's freaking
I'd
hilarious.
just open up like a jelly bean bag, pour some out,
Jelly
and each one.
Oh, one.
Yeah.
That's messed up. At least make him a sandwich.
Yeah.
For real, 'cause got bread.
Yeah, you could be those old people though that give out pennies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I
yeah.
haven't seen that in a while though.
Some people in my
Actually.
neighborhood do.
For real?
But
Wow.
it'll be more than a penny. It'll be like a whole gangload of change. Like
My
$2
age is
worth.
showing. I'm like, back in my day, they gave a penny. And I give like $5 now, old man.
Yeah. About dollar bills now.
Yep.
So how old is too old to be trick or treating?
I don't know.
I think is
That's
if
the
you're a
real
kid, you're a
question, yeah.
kid, man. So that's like what, 18?
Maybe.
For real.
Well, see,
They
because my
could be
two
doing
oldest
worse
are
things.
13 and 14, but they're way taller than me. You know, they're way up here, and just
Yeah.
about every house we went to, they got shit for it. You know, like,
Really?
Like, how old are you guys? Aren't you too old to be trick
No
or
one
treating?
said that to my nephew.
Huh.
My nephew's
And then
taller
I'll-
than me.
And I'm like, honestly, to be honest, man, he's 13 and he's 14. And they're like, yeah, right. I'm like, I'm not gonna
Like,
lie
why
to you
does it
over
matter?
some candy, you
Like
know?
in my neighborhood, the people passing out, they're like, "Oh, give mom one too."
Yeah.
So it's
now
like,
that,
what's
you
the
know?
difference? You know, like.
Shit, I'm all on it. I'm
I
like,
know.
hell yeah, I'll
Makes us
take
all
one.
happy.
I was like, "Don't
Yeah.
worry." I was like, "I'm beating their candy. It's fine."
Yeah.
I was like, I'll gladly take that.
Yeah, at Pizza Ranch, kids eat free on Tuesday nights. So my daughter stays 10. My daughter's been 10 for like the last 3 years.
I remember we did that with Aviana. It was like kids under
know,
5, and she had like a full set of teeth. Like,
Yeah.
and she's like, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, we're like, Amma, don't smile. Like,
Okay, Stephanie, put out your cigarette. Let's go.
Don't smile.
put your cigarette
Nobody
out.
makes her smile.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
My daughter will be 13 in like 3 weeks here.
I tried that with my son, telling him he's under 10.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm 11.
Oh, I know. At that age, they just blurt it.
Well,
Yeah,
then you could
because
go
you
sit
don't
in
want to
the
be
car.
young, you know.
Like, this one's 4, this one's 7. I'm 8.
Yeah, like, god damn. Man. All right, yeah, he's
Take
11.
You're like, his birthday's coming up.
And we're teaching him that he's 8. 'Cause he's turning 8 next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's like rich people probably never have that problem. Their kids never
For
get
real.
traumatized like that.
They probably never even go to Pizza Ranch. We're like, yeah, you know what? We're gonna have
We
some
go to
gourmet
Minerva's.
pizza
Yeah,
from our personal chef.
for real.
Yeah.
You guys, you want that stupid pizza ranch?
Yeah, so pedestrian.
Or Little Caesars. Sometimes when I see fancy people going in there, I'm like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Get back in your fucking Range Rover and I don't know.
Get your expensive
Papa
pizza.
Murphy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Little Caesars is for everybody though.
Yeah, it is.
It's so good.
It's for the people.
Well, we make them cook it
For
twice.
the people.
Huh?
We make them cook it twice because they don't cook it all the way.
What? I never. What?
Like the cheese isn't burnt.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like next time you go,
So
like
you want that
really
shit
analyze it.
Crispy or what?
Really
Not
analyze
crispy,
it.
but just
Geez,
like.
she said
At
burnt.
least
You
brown.
know?
No, I
If
did
it's
not
not at
burn.
least black, I don't even want it.
Like if that fucking pizza ain't black, fuck that shit.
No, but like you know what's the difference? Like just the firm, like it's all sloppy. Yeah, I don't
Looked
know.
at it
I
like,
don't think so.
nah, that's just right. Put that fucker back in there.
One more round.
Yeah. I want that shit black, man. Burn that
Urban
shit.
Indian Podcast official cheeseologist.
I will be a
One more
tester. Hit up Robert for my contact info.
That's funny. I don't know.
So, other big things.
Other news. Did you guys vote?
Yeah.
I did.
Midterm
Yeah.
election.
It's actually.
I know a lot of people who didn't.
I just
What?
Pissed me off.
But yeah,
You didn't?
I can't vote.
Oh yeah. This
Yeah.
is my first
Did you
year
check?
in my life I was able to vote.
Really?
Did you go down to the polling
cool.
place?
No, I didn't.
First year.
So did you just try it out?
Well, I can. I'm still on probation and stuff. I can't even.
But you're on a parolee. Like, you didn't go to prison.
Yeah.
Was
but-
it considered a felony?
It's a
though?
felony.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
felony.
okay.
Yeah.
It's not counting. I mean,
That's bullshit.
Yep.
I've never had that problem, so I vote every time.
Yeah.
I don't vote
Should
every
stay
time. I
strong.
missed I missed one, the last one, because I didn't really. Because some of them aren't advertised if they're not like big races, you know.
Was there a lot? Was there a lot of people there when you went?
Yeah. I went to. Well, I was at the wrong one. That one had a lot of people too. I
Shows where we're going to 10 places before she's at the
Yeah.
right place.
No, because I finally updated my ID, so it says like
Oh.
my married name, and so then updated my whole precinct that
Oh, yeah.
So where'd you
So-
vote?
I usually vote at the church right by the Y.
Mm-hmm.
I First Lutheran, something like that. And then now I vote at the downtown library, but I'm moving, so
That's where I
I bet I'll be back at that one church. But yeah, the downtown library, people were signing up on the spot and everything, even though they knew they couldn't vote, but for next time.
Oh yeah.
So that was cool to see. So many volunteers, and Julia was volunteering
Mhm.
down there.
I seen it when I went down there.
Yeah, again though, not a lot of young people.
Really?
I seen a lot of. Well, when I went, there was like college student-ish.
Yeah.
But then like a bunch of people that work downtown, like you could tell they work downtown, walked to come vote.
Huh.
Where do
On
you
their
vote
lunch
at?
break or something downtown. at the library.
I feel like it should be like a national holiday. Like you should have.
You can get time off of work. I think it's like up to 2 hours, but your boss can dictate like which part of the day or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
South Dakota is one of the states where they're legally required to give you 2 hours
Mm-hmm.
if your working time, normal working time, covers up the polling time.
Yep.
And then it's at your boss's discretion.
But I don't think a
that.
lot of people
Oh, that's
know
cool.
that because it's
Yeah,
not
I
like
didn't
they
know that.
advertise it. Like my Sanford sends out a whole letter like the day before and like, oh, we encourage everyone to go vote.
I would have took that 2 hours off.
Yeah.
And then I need to go vote, and I gotta go to lunch. My
Yeah.
voting lunch.
Just use
Need
up the
my-
full 2
I
hours.
need my nap.
See, we need-
I need
we need to do it like the olden days where it was a gigantic like drinking party because they
Yeah.
made it a big holiday. Like in the late or the
definitely.
early 1800s, they would the candidates would show up with kegs of beer and whiskey
Yeah.
and would be like, vote for my guy, and like handing out free beer. No, fuck it, vote for my guy.
Yeah.
And it was just a big like free for all thing.
Oh man,
that
that
sounds
turned
great.
messy.
Yeah, that's fun. Hell yeah.
Bunch of people
You
missing
know, there was a
out.
lot of fist fights back then.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Easily.
Fun. It sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Like,
my
bring
kind of
that
party.
yeah.
Voter turnout skyrocket.
Well, I did hear. I was reading. I think it was on Bill Maher the other night, where they said there was 30% of like the millennials voted, which is like the most that have ever voted, or whatever, in an election.
Mm-hmm.
But still, that's 70% of the people that still didn't vote that could have, made a real difference in things
Yeah.
or whatever. But
It was cool. I shared it on my Facebook page, but in Montana, you could see like the reservations and where their vote counted because
Yeah.
they got a Democrat in for was senator, or something like that, something test, but you could see like where those numbers
Yeah.
matter, and sometimes you don't think it does, but in these races they do matter.
Yeah.
I was
definitely.
watching on that night. I was watching like the election results on I think it was NBC or something like that, and they actually talked about the North Dakota
Yeah.
race and whoever won. Like they specifically said like not the candidate but like the anchors or whatever were talking about like how they had changed that law and how Native Americans weren't able to vote and or whatever or made it harder for them to vote.
Oh yeah, got the
And
ID thing.
The lady was
Address.
like on TV
Oh,
was
yeah.
like even if that law hadn't changed, there wasn't enough people that was going to come out and vote that would have changed, that would have turned the tide on this. And I was like, that's kind of fucked
Yeah.
up to
How
say
do-
like on
Did
fucking.
you,
How do you know
did
that?
you
It
shit?
doesn't
also-
matter.
Yeah.
It's about having that right to vote,
Yeah.
whether regardless if it.
Did you see it was the
really
highest turnout for Native Americans to vote in North Dakota, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Hmm. And people came out strong up there to protest, and so that was really cool that people did that.
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could tell in South Dakota, too, like when they showed our maps of how
Oh,
many
yeah.
our reservations.
All the reservations were blue.
were all blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, someone was looking at a map and they don't know where the reservations are. So I
Like,
was
look
like
at all the
telling
blue
them, I
places.
was like,
Someone said they
"That-
had
that's Pine Ridge,
Ridge and
that's
Rosebud
that's
mixed
Lord
up,
Brule."
like
I
the
was,
shape of
showing
it.
them
Oh,
everything.
bro.
Yeah, I didn't look at it though,
No, I didn't look at it.
but
either.
that's what someone was telling me.
What was that?
That on that map they messed up like the shape of it, and they swapped Rosebud and Pine Ridge,
Really?
like the outline.
Don't never
Oh.
make that mistake.
But I don't know.
I don't know.
Dirty
Both
ridges.
I don't know. I
Shape
never
or a
looked
little
at it
shady.
to actually see, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How dare them?
I know. I seen someone put on Facebook. They're like, "How come if everyone voted, why is everyone so mad?" And I was like, "Because we have assholes that live on the west side of the state in rural areas." No, because that's like it was all red, all the west side.
It's so
Yeah.
weird because I don't know anybody that that votes Republican, but it's like,
Oh, I do.
but like,
There are so many small towns, though, in South Dakota that are outrageously Republican,
Yeah.
like 100%.
Yeah, I walk in both circles, and it's hilarious because, like, my Sioux Falls crowd here is extremely blue, and if I only hung out with them, I'd have no freaking clue there were, like,
Yeah.
conservatives around.
yeah.
And then when I go back to the farm with my folks and stuff, it's like, Democrats don't, like, exist out there at all, and it's just like, and both of them talk about the other one like they're so alien and
Like
could
it's a
never
myth.
understand.
Yeah.
Like, the Republicans are just like, why could you even vote Democrat? I mean, just like, how do they sleep
It's
at
like
night?
they-
And then the
they don't
Democrats are
even-
like, how do they sleep at night? Did they vote
Yeah.
Republican?
It's like they don't even look at the person running and like their actual like mission and like things they have in store. They're just like solely basing it off of like if they're Democrat or Republican or liberal
Yep.
or whatever. And that like
sucks.
blows my mind. But I mean like this last election was hope, though. I mean, to see, what was it, like 11,000 a difference, or 13?
Yeah, it was like 11,000. It
Yeah.
was pretty close.
It was really close for a while.
I stayed up till midnight, and I'm like, I can't do it no more. I fell
Yeah,
asleep.
when I first saw it, it was really close between.
It was like 49.
Yeah, it was like 49-51 or something like that, and I was like, oh shit, there's a chance
I was
here.
like, yes.
And then it kept getting like further and further apart, and I was like, fucking, I'm going to bed.
I was pissed.
It's like when you go and vote, it's like you like actually pay attention to it, though. Like
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
don't vote, then
It's like watching a football game. You know,
yeah,
it's kinda
almost. It's
interesting
like
until you throw
like
some
Yeah.
money
back-
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, political science nerds, the election nights are always like our Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like get out the big bowl of nachos.
Going to
I got a beer and
state to state.
I'm live tweeting. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, my team got your team, fucker.
Yeah. It's crazy. What?
But overall, like when you look at the U.S., like it was a win for.
Definitely.
Yeah. There was like eight women that are going to Congress of color. So
Yeah. Well,
that's really cool.
and we got 2 Native American.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Woo! That
Yeah.
was amazing.
For real.
So.
That almost made it like I got tears in my eyes. I got a lump in my throat. I was like, yes.
No, deep
Couldn't
down.
happen.
My hands were.
I was
I
climbing.
was like, yeah. I was so happy when I see
Yeah,
that.
that was so cool because I
It's-
wasn't following other states as much as like.
I
South
wasn't
Dakota.
following other states at all. So
Yeah.
like I didn't even really know that there were natives like.
I knew about
Running.
the Kansas.
Yeah.
Sharice Davis.
Sharice
Yeah.
Davis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sharice Davis and Deb Holland from New Mexico.
Yeah.
Yep.
But-
And we are currently in talks with probably December. We will get an interview with Deb Holland. We're just waiting for final confirmation on that date.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
And I'm still waiting to hear back from Sharice's people, but I'm sure she's got. I'm surprised that Deb got back to us the week of the election. That's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So stay tuned, folks.
I was
That's gonna be
doing
so
some
cool.
research on Deb today, and like I was surprised to see that like, you know how or not well yeah surprised that like she like openly admits I guess to being like a alcoholic in the past and living off food stamps and stuff like that, and to see someone overcome like all that to become like one of the first Native American congresswomen just really shows like fucking really anybody could do anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's amazing.
It's all
So
about your motivation.
yeah. So I'm really anxious to talk to her. I'm sure she's very inspirational and will,
You get a lot of cool insight.
be a great
'Cause I don't
conversation.
even, honestly, never met anyone who was a part of the Congress. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
I
she
I've
said
just never been
something like
interested.
along the lines of she never thought she would see someone who looks like her
Yeah.
that she could look up to, and that was like I was like, oh my god, that's so true.
Yeah.
Like now kids can be like, that's what I can
Yeah,
do.
like when they're
Yeah.
studying like important people.
Yeah.
And my son was actually talking to me about it and asking if he could be president because I was showing him. And I was like telling him what he needs to go to college for and this. And he was like, can I just go straight to wanting to be president? And I was like, you can.
Yeah.
I was like, but you should like run for governor or run for senator
Yeah.
or the house
Yeah,
or something.
spend
So
time
then
in
you get
politics.
experience under your belt. And he was like, okay.
Or you
Or
can be
be-
like Trump.
Yeah, or become a celebrity
Yeah.
first,
Right.
you know.
Do you think like with Trump in office, like the climate of the country is so like divided and so like it's so like fucked up in his favor that it sort of opened the door for like a lot of these other people to come through? Like I don't think it would have been we would have got as many people through as we did, you know, for minorities and women, you know, if say Barack was still president or whatever, because it just shines a light on how fucked up like, you know, that part of the, you know, I don't know.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, because when you have a
Yeah, it
person like
matters.
that in office, and then you have to show that what the rest of the country is made of, I guess.
It's just like,
So
what
that's
the
why-
fuck, you know?
Mm-hmm. And Nightshade sent me something on SNL last night.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that was on.
Or wait.
That was on Bill Maher.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, my
Where
bad.
he
He
was
sent me
talking
two.
about-
I'm getting mixed up. But he's like, basically, he ended it. He's like talking about people who like got in or whatever, and then he starts talking about Sharice Davis, and he's like, let Trump call her Pocahontas.
Yeah.
I'm like,
he's like openly gay, like MMA fighter. He let that motherfucker call her Pocahontas or whatever.
Jimmy Kimmel said something like that too. He was like, she's a lesbian. She's an ex-MMA fighter, and she's heard Trump call so-and-so Pocahontas for how many years now. She'll kick his ass. Like, for sure.
Yeah. Somebody I was reading before even like the election, like I think, I don't know who said this, but somebody said that she was gonna lose and he was gonna make her lose and go back to the reservation.
No way.
And they fucking,
So
whoever said
stupid.
that resigned from whatever.
Wow.
I was like, God damn, fucking.
Well,
Maybe
she showed him.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Right?
Seriously.
There's some hateful people out
Oh,
there
yeah,
like that.
for
dude.
sure.
They don't want to see
Every day.
They
It's
don't want to
crazy.
see you come up like that, you know?
Well, now it's like the door's open. Now it's like, what are you gonna do with it though? So
True.
hopefully, let's.
See, I'm gonna run.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, their eyes are gonna be on them. I'm sure they're gonna feel a lot of
No,
pressure.
South Dakota, I'll be the next governor here. Get ready for me.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Over the last probably year or so, I've gotten really interested in that realm of the world, but we'll see.
You could do it.
Slowly
You
work
could
it up
do it.
that
Maybe more
ladder.
like 35. You know, like I need some
You have time.
more knowledge under my belt.
Well, the Democrats in this state are pretty much a giant power vacuum, so I mean, it's perfect for someone to step in and like take over.
Yeah, yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
yeah.
You could do it.
I know I have
Yeah.
people like hitting me up all the time, and I'm just like, dang.
I was I was bragging you up to my daughter last night or yesterday.
Mhm.
Aw.
I was I
Hi.
don't know if you've seen that. You seen that post I made about the fucking Brenda's Got a Baby Tupac song?
Mhm.
We were talking
Yeah.
Mhm.
about teen mothers and things like that, and I had mentioned how you
Mhm.
were a young mother and you're one of the few people that have come out of the trap or whatever, and I was like, that's why I have so much respect for Shar and this and that, and then Lyric was just like listening. I don't know, it was a really good conversation.
That's
we
cool.
had between us.
I've talked about being a teen mom, and I feel like I'm able to talk about it more openly now, but like back then I like barely say one word and I start bawling, because you do come up through a lot, and a lot of people with different backgrounds, I'm sure,
Yeah.
deal with similar situations like that. And so yeah, I've actually recently been meeting with a teacher out in Roosevelt, and did fingerprints and background check, and so I'm going to be a mentor to the Native female students at Roosevelt.
Cool.
So yeah, yeah.
Man,
We
that's
need
pretty
more of
good,
that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need more
Wow.
people taking those roles for our youth, so they can see positive role models and hear
That you
like,
can do things.
yeah, and to hear that like, hey, I've been in your shoes, like I've made bad
I
choices.
always thought
and-
about stuff like that. Me doing stuff like that, but being that I'm a felon, I don't think they'd allow me to.
Yeah, maybe not in the school systems, but they're.
Other programs.
I feel like Sioux Falls is getting better, and there's been a huge push to see more of a center, more of a gathering spot for natives, and so I think in the next 5 years, I'm really interested to see what this is going to look like. Recently, I met with, I'm on the Native American Parent Committee for the school district, and we have quarterly meetings, and we just had one this week, and I've been involved in that for about a year now, but last year we met 3 times, and I was really just kind of getting used to like what do we do, what's the point of this, what's the agenda, other than looking at the numbers and where they're putting their money. And so this last one, a student came from Lincoln High School, and she kind of just was very open and kind of let her heart out at that meeting, and she's just like, who's there for us, who's there to help us, like you guys meet and all this, but what are you guys putting into action? And so I was just like, damn, I was like, okay, this is my time to help where I can help. And I've always kind of held off because I understand the commitment that it takes to build something like that. And I was just like, I've done a few events now, and I'm like ready. My twins are older, my kids are older, and they understand what I'm doing and what I'm behind, and they help me and they support me too. So the plan is to have a first Native American family night,
Yeah.
and before the holidays this year. And so that will be an invite to every single parent, whether you're Native or not Native, but if you have a Native child in the school system, like we want to see your face there. And part of this night will entail like education of some sort with the language, and hopefully principals and some teachers will show up, and it will be held at a school. And this year, for this event, I think it will be Lincoln High School, because the principal there has already opened their doors into. We just got to give them a date and time right now at this point.
Do you know Pat Starr on the city council?
I don't.
Okay,
Yeah.
I give you his contact info. You should talk to him. He has, I think, 2 children now who are adopted Native children, and he does a lot of volunteer work and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure he'd be a good one to like plug in, and then he can get like an announcement, like get the mayor to declare a like Native holiday day or something like that. Get a proclamation and all that. And
that's what I kind of foresee too, is like stepping up this parent committee to be an official. Like on the word now, god damn it.
An official day.
No, no, like a council.
Commission.
No.
The committee.
All the words.
Committee. Yeah, like a.
there you go.
No, not committee. That's not what I was saying.
Click.
Yeah.
No, it's something even like more
They
short.
call it click.
Something a little more formal than just a committee.
A board.
Yeah, a board. Yeah.
Oh,
And so,
Wrong.
and these people would serve. I have a lot of mentors in this process that I'm reaching out to. I'm going to be reaching out to the next month or two, to really set a strong committee in Sioux Falls. And these people on this committee, like anytime a Native family has an issue with the school district, that one of us can go over and be with them, because I feel like a lot of times the youth here, once you get that label slapped on you, it follows you for the rest of your, like,
The rest of your school.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
definitely does.
yeah.
Like 100%.
And so I feel like if you have a strong advocate, and we would all be advocates and be right along with these parents, like, what can we do for you? What, providing those resources, because there's a lot of resources, but if you don't know how to utilize those resources, it doesn't matter. You know, it's non-existent in your world. And so, that being one arm of it, Delilah, she invited me to the first youth council for Lincoln High School on Friday, and it was beautiful. And it was, you know, she prepared for all of it. There was a few teachers that volunteered, and they had spaghetti there, salads, desserts, drinks, and they had prayer ties because they had just planted a cottonwood tree at Lincoln High School, and so they burned up their prayer ties that night, and there was a little ceremony, and Bobby Johnson and Osceola was there, and they did that. And so that was really cool, and that was led by youth. And the turnout, there's probably about 25 students from Lincoln High School there, and most of them being freshmen. And Delilah got up and spoke, and she kind of set like the guidelines of what this youth council will look like, and she wants it to be a Sioux Falls district-wide kind of youth council, and eventually building it up to a point where they're meeting with youth councils from tribal reservations in South Dakota. And tribal reservations already meet, their youth councils already meet at certain events. And so Sioux Falls, there's enough youth here to represent Sioux Falls, you know. And so seeing that was just like so powerful for me, and I was just like, you know, whatever we need to go to do, let's get this rolling now. I was like, I'm 100% in, and I'm dedicated. And Mary Robertson, she's also on the Native American Parent Committee Board for the Sioux Falls District, and she's gonna be meeting with me, and we're gonna kind of push this forward. And I don't want it to be separate from Indian Ed. I want Indian Ed to take responsibility and
they should.
And be
Definitely.
very involved in this process. Like, we'll do the outside legwork on this, but I want them to really step up and do their part in it too, because they get a lot of money for the Native students that are enrolled.
I feel like Indian Ed does not help out as much as they should.
Exactly. A lot of people don't even know about it. Do
I
you
was
even know
just-
about it?
I was just in my head thinking, what the fuck is Indian Ed?
Yeah.
I was
so-
thinking like some dude named Ed. You know,
I didn't know
Indian
about
Ed.
it
like
at all.
this motherfucker
Yeah.
need to start helping.
You know? And they get money because, like, everyone,
They
if you
get
sign
money
that
for
form
every
saying,
enrolled
Indian Ed.
child in the
Fucking
school
Indian
district,
Ed.
yeah,
which
yeah.
is insane to me because they don't help any of the kids. I feel like.
Yeah, because they,
Like they
what,
have the beginning of the year thing, and you guys get like a $25
$20, yeah, something like that.
voucher
Gift
or
card,
something.
yeah.
What? For what?
Yeah.
for being enrolled.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
it's like a
I
welcome
mean, it's
back.
a nice. It's,
It's
a
supposed
nice
to help
thing
with
and it
school
helps-
supplies.
But
it
it's
helps
whack though because you
out.
can only use it at like Lewis or like.
Well, I think we
I think
got
it's
those
just
then, yeah.
Lewis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh at that
Oh,
yeah,
Oyate
yeah, I
Center?
seen you,
So
yeah.
like
Yeah,
Waco
that's-
just gets like a gang of shampoo and conditioner and stuff.
Right,
like
that's
that.
like
It's
you
just
can only
what-
get
what
so
do you-
much shampoo.
Yeah. Like what else can you?
It
get?
is nice. It is nice, but like I think the parent committee and other people who have really been putting some pressure on Indian Ed the last couple meetings, like I think they're gonna expand it to Shopco, and they've done that because I remember being in school.
They
and
did
going
do
to
Shopco before.
Yeah.
Remember I got
So I think they're
Sparty when
gonna
figured
move
it
back
was.
to that because I don't believe
School supplies.
Yeah, when we went there.
Pencil, right?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a pencil.
Yeah, no, when we went there for lyrics,
Click
one of
one.
her little things or whatever that she got, and I got a Spider-Gwen figure that same day. And I was like, oh, lucky me.
Still
Yeah.
in there.
So I think they're really starting to.
I bought it on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's clarify
actually,
that.
kidding.
Out of his own pocket.
Yeah.
But I think they're really starting to see like, oh, we don't do much.
They
you know?
don't. I feel like whenever I grew up, I didn't even know about Indian Ed. My mom didn't know about
Mhm.
Indian Ed at all.
So that thing is called Indian Ed that we went
Yeah,
to.
so they're like
Education.
that's where the office of Indian Ed is, and that's why they
Oh.
do it there every year because that's where their
Yeah,
office.
that's the only thing I've ever heard them do is that thing.
Yeah.
So are they
That's-
supposed
They
to be doing
also
more? Or?
they also are the ones who have pay the teachers' salary that do the NAC classes.
Oh,
in the
really?
schools. So the Native American Connection classes, which they're looking for Lakota language teachers. So
Oh.
anyone out there looking for a job, you know, it's a rare breed to have someone who
We
could,
need it.
could teach that. Yeah.
We need it.
So they're looking for that.
My kids love it, man.
Yeah,
They're learning
Aviana
everything.
loves that class. It's her favorite class, you know. So, I mean, they do provide that, and, you know, I'm appreciative of that. But, like, what else could we do? Because it's important to have families involved and having good relationships with teachers, you know.
I just
Definitely,
don't know
because I
because-
know my relationships were not good at all
Mhm.
in school, and that's why I dropped out. Like, I hated school.
Exactly. And back when we could go to school, you could drop out at 16. So it's like,
Mhm.
okay, bye.
Here. Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
And
It's
that's
not-
the thing, a lot of Native students in high school, like, they don't have that connection with a lot of teachers because once a teacher doesn't like you or if you do something wrong or something, they just cut you off. And since you're Native, oh, they're not going to be here anyways. That's
Yeah.
how I see it.
They say if they can make it past their sophomore year or junior year, they're more likely to graduate. But
I just feel like a lot of Native students, they need more help, especially in high school. Like, that's the toughest years, honestly.
mhm. Yeah. Because a lot of them are being parents themselves to siblings. Or,
Yeah.
you know, staying at a house where people are drinking and partying all night.
Drinking all night. Still drinking in the morning when you
Mhm.
wake up. Have to
And
get
then they
got,
get
like,
the
you
other
know?
kids ready for
Damn,
school.
that's crazy.
You
Like,
know?
you gotta think about stuff.
And then
like
they
that.
still make it to school, but then they're like tired or they're, you know,
Just don't
falling
wanna be
asleep in
there.
class.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or their mind is just not there. They're not engaged. And if
No
you as an
motivation.
educator don't understand the reality for these students, like something's wrong. There's a disconnect in our system, and
Yeah.
it shouldn't be like that because the
Mm-mm.
Sioux Falls serves a lot of Native students, and it's time to change that. And so, and I also see this council also pushing issues with the school district, you know, itself. Like, why don't we have Native American Day off? But yet we have Monday off for what? Veterans Day's today. It's
But
pretty
we
sure.
have tomorrow off for Veterans Day.
Yeah, but then we have Monday off. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and those are things I could see them pushing forward and really.
How did you say it earlier, Night Show?
Oh, the students, the students themselves aren't going to be veterans, but they are going to be Native American, or whatever. you
Yeah.
know. So
So is that the motto?
yeah,
That's the motto.
but I mean, the staff obviously probably some of them are probably veterans and
Yeah,
things like
yeah.
that. So I get that, but like, yeah, I mean, if you're giving a day away for the students aren't going to be veterans. So you know, what's the point in having that day off? I understand. You know, I don't want to make it seem like I'm anti-veteran or something like that.
Oh yeah,
but,
yeah.
like, but you know, we should just have Native American Day off too. Is the point?
We
Not-
used to.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I was younger, I never went to school on Native American Day. And since I'm, like, one of those parents who's like, it's Native American Day, you guys don't have to go to school.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I
I've
kept
it
lyric
like
home
that.
this year for.
And it's like, you know, and the Native American Day parade's gonna be a thing next year, and so It'll be this.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go away.
Mm-mm.
It's only gonna get stronger, and I can promise you that. So
Word the fuck up.
for real.
Yeah.
Man, we went a long time without a swear word.
I
Thanks.
know.
I know.
I didn't bring it back down to reality. I was like, hold up.
Well, let me get mine in. Fuck yeah.
We're all getting hyped up on the way here.
Yeah.
It's like
We're doing good.
ready to
man.
box them up.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. On to Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is just like a couple weeks away.
Hmm. I see people posting about that already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude.
Debating on
I
whether
said
I'm
eat.
gonna do my own
I
turkey.
know,
Like-
me
I
too.
think I am.
Me too.
Are you?
I think so.
You say that every year.
Well, I did. I've done it like the past.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember if I did it last
Just
year.
like,
but-
why won't you? Just kidding.
Yeah.
Do a specialty at Cooking with Gabe.
Well, I
Mhm.
did that already.
Thanksgiving.
There's a cooking with Gabe.
Thanksgiving.
We should do a homemade
Thanksgiving.
pie.
You should do a
Oh, yeah.
Friendsgiving. How about
We
that?
should.
We can do that.
Friendsgiving?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
just friends instead of, you know.
Instead, like, you know how you
So
do
you can't
all
come.
family on Thanksgiving.
That's
No invite.
fucked. I was gonna offer
He
to
was
bring
all-
something too.
I was gonna
I'm
bring
gonna bring my
mac
mashed
and cheese.
potatoes.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I could make my nah.
My cheesy hash browns.
Looked at him like, you're not invited.
We said
Straight in the
Friendsgiving.
face.
Damn. I
I've
know.
never done a Friendsgiving before. That would be kind of cool.
Dude, that was
So
crazy.
too.
Because we locked eyes right when you said that. You're not invited. And I,
Felt it in his soul.
I know. Jeez.
That
I'll
would be
make fry
cool.
bread.
Yeah, I bought a pumpkin pie last night. That was good. I mean,
Great story.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like I was waiting.
That really feeds into it, man.
Part of the Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah.
That was
Like, oh, really?
Did you get whipped cream?
And then?
Yeah.
I know.
Fucking stupid. Oh, man. Yeah. So, anyways.
So let's talk about this pie.
Yeah.
Do you know how to make a pie? Anybody know how to make an actual
Well,
pie?
Mike does.
I made
No
a,
way.
Mike knows
does
how to
he?
bake,
I
man.
made, I made a
can
pie
bake.
once
What kind of
when
pie?
I was like
Mike made cherry. Man.
17.
Really?
And it was the bomb. It was a cherry pie.
Homemade
Where in
crust,
home ec?
man.
Really?
Yep.
No.
It was.
homemade.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, Mike always surprises me. Because, like, he'll just, like, bust out, like, I'm going to go shopping. I'm going to bake this or that. And I'm like, damn, really? And then he really does. And it's always really good. I'm like, you do
In the
yours
kitchen,
that.
like-
I don't like it smells good here. So I'm
Like, what you doing,
I
man?
could see Shark going around the corner. What's got going on in here?
yeah.
It's like that cartoon where they're floating by the fucking.
Yeah, by the smell.
My nose is just falling. No, but for real, he made an apple pie and a cherry pie, like homemade crust and everything.
Wow,
Yeah.
Nice.
Did he Google it?
that's awesome. Actually.
Yeah, he looked up a recipe, but it was like homemade, like 100%.
Yeah, be careful with pie crust. Can't handle it too much. It gets hard.
Yeah. Mike did good. Like, that was his first time. He was,
We should give it a shot. We should do that.
yeah, we should. That'd be
We
cool.
should try to. Like
At
how we did that.
Friendsgiving?
Yeah, how we did that. The Indian taco
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
We should try to.
I mean, we
fucking-
gotta plan prep for like a whole day though,
Yeah.
because that was as long as we're like just sitting there watching movies. And, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
That'd be fun.
That would be cool.
that
Yeah.
would be.
Who's making mashed potatoes?
I don't know.
Nate.
I'm not invited.
I mean, go
I'll make
Yeah.
deviled eggs.
Fuck that. I'm not invited.
I'll eat 'em all, too.
Shit now. All salty.
I'm never getting invited.
No one invited me.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, now I'm invited. Huh?
We need them mashed potatoes, man. We all know about your mashed potatoes. Bring all the boys to the yard.
He could teach us, but he'd have to charge.
Oh man,
I
man.
didn't even invite anyone to even join.
To what? Oh, I didn't either. We just got one lonely person. What's up, Joshua? How Kolas? How Kola? He's probably not even watching anymore.
I forgot about it.
Yeah. Check this out. A homegirl came over earlier today. This is fucked up. This is a fucked up story. She came over and she was telling me how last night she went over to her like friend's house or whatever, and like they start noticing things in the house were like off, like you know how like when you go home and like you have everything sort of in a certain way, and you would notice like if you know something was misplaced or like.
I don't know if I like this story yet.
I know, like
They start.
get it up.
She start fucking noticing things were like weird, right? And and then she went around to her back door and it was like barricaded, like someone inside like barricaded that door.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And then they were looking around because they thought someone was in the fucking house, and then sure someone was in her attic.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like they fucking like you could see like because it was like dusty and you could see like handprints up there or whatever, and like they pulled it down, and then like, there's people like that are like handprints like on like someone climbed in there or whatever, and she fucking called the cops, and then the cops came. And then,
What part of town does she live
it
at?
was in Hartford.
Yeah,
and in that time frame, because she said the cops came hella quick too. It was like 5 minutes or whatever. But
It's Hartford.
Yeah. they went like.
That's too long.
They were standing in the kitchen, like she had a gun, so she was standing there with the fucking gun, waiting for someone to fucking come out, and nobody came out. But like the cops came, they went up into the attic, and no one was up there, and like searched around the whole house, no one was around or whatever. But there was a car that they had noticed was like parked off, like half mile down the road, like off in the corner, like sort of like stashed away, like it wouldn't. It's like unnatural for it to be there. And they went over there and nobody was in the car or whatever, and it was just weird, like fucking. And then this morning that car was gone, like, and then but then so anyways after the cops were there, like so there was like the bedroom, their daughter's bedroom window was open, like someone had like jumped out the window and ran away.
Damn.
So they was in there
I
all
wouldn't
night,
even be
you
able
think?
to.
I don't know. They don't know. Like she came home first. I guess it was her and her daughter's like boyfriend or whatever. And then that's when they first started noticing things were like weird, or whatever. And then they left and did something else or whatever. And they came back and that fucking the back door was like barricaded, like you know, like if they must have been waiting for her to come home, and then they knew that that's where she would fucking run to, was the back door, so it'd make it hard for her to like get out right away.
Yeah.
Man.
I thought it was going to be a spooky story.
I was just like, holy fuck, man, it's like a fucking movie.
Yeah, I'm like, jeez.
Damn, like how could you even be there? I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
When
like,
Mike goes out of town for work, I'm like up all night. Like I wake up every 2 hours and peek outside. Man,
after
just
hearing
can't.
that story, I was like, holy fuck. Like, I don't know how you could ever even go back to sleep in that
For
fucking
real.
house. And it's like out in the country, so it's not like,
yeah.
you know.
Did they like run the license plates or anything? Or
They did. They did run the license plates, but they what she said was, they were like, have they been arrested for anything before? And then the cop just said, nothing like this, but wouldn't tell him who it was or whatever. And they have like those dare cameras or whatever, like those hunting cameras, out in the, and someone like I guess you can blind them or whatever. Like if you shine like a flashlight like into it, it will like fuck it up somehow.
So
or
this
whatever.
person knew they were there. Dude.
Yeah.
Was blinding those cameras.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's somebody that
Freaky.
knows that
Yeah.
house.
So someone was for sure in there. Like she looked at
Yeah.
her camera.
You know what I mean? There was like handprints like
Yeah.
in the attic. Like, you know, like maybe like they came home and they, you know, someone was breaking in or something like that, because nothing was taken. Nothing, but like maybe as they were like breaking in, they came home and then they didn't know what to do, so they fucking hid up in the attic or whatever.
But they had to known that house to like
That's
know
what
where
I'm
the
saying.
attic's
Or
at.
even know where the cameras
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
They were blinding the cameras.
Yeah.
They would check. They should check their circle.
Someone they
you know?
know
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
Was it daytime?
No. It
No.
was nighttime.
That's even
Well, I mean,
scarier.
yeah, I mean,
in the
it-
country.
Yeah.
Oh my
I know.
God.
I looked at a house one time and I was like, nope, no, it's too far out of town.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're too city.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I
but
need people
man, I was-
around me.
tripping out on that like all day. Like, holy fuck, that
For
was
real.
The other about a
Fucking
month
scary.
ago, someone was trying to get into my house.
really.
Yeah, my dog. I got a Dane, and he was like going off by like 4:00 in the morning, like just gone. You know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to later, and I was telling him, shut up. And then I was thinking, why is he just going off like that? So
Yeah.
I jumped up. Now he come running to my bedroom door, and so I was like, all right, well, show me. And he took off. We went all the way to the back, and then he started barking out the sliding doors.
Yeah.
So I looked, and then there was a guy. He was just standing there. So I was like, going my eyes, like, am I really seeing this, or am I tripping out, you know? And I looked, and my dog was just going off. I was like, holy shit. So I went out front, and I grabbed my shoes on and shit, and he was still barking at him back, and I went out the front door, and I looked back there, and he was standing there, but he was
Yeah.
like, he was peeking around the corner at my dog, you know? And he
Yeah.
was dressed all in black, like he had literally had a hoodie on and everything, you know?
Yeah.
So I couldn't see who he was, so I said, what the hell are you doing? And I took off towards him, and he jumped my fence, and I couldn't catch
Probably
him.
didn't think you could see him if he was just standing
I know.
there. Like I'm invisible.
Yeah.
One time I was-
he was gone, though. He was fast, though.
One time I was dropping off my twins all early because I was going downtown for work. So it was like 4:35 in the morning. Still dark out. And I'm like grabbing Mikey out of the car. I already took Dewan in. And I look over, like, it's kind of foggy that day. And I look over by the van on the ground. There's a fucking rooster. And I'm like,
What?
yeah. I was like, okay, am I freaking out? I got back in my car and I'm like, that was a fucking rooster. So I like called my mom because I kept thinking about it, and she's like, "Oh, the neighbors 2 houses over like said they lost it." They ended up catching it. It kept going to my
So they
parents'
lost
house.
her.
Yeah.
Have you seen my rooster?
Yeah, yeah. I was
That's
like,
like
my
You
parents
guys
are
see my
definitely
Yeah,
not
they're
what you want.
Watch out.
Watch
It'll,
out.
it'll get you.
But
Watch
they-
out, there's a clock running
for
around.
some reason it really liked my parents' house, and so they caught it eventually because they gave my mom stuff to
Oh.
like lure it in and whatever, and they caught it
Cock
on my
lure.
parents.
There's only cock traps.
Holy shit.
Some cock traps. I've made a few of them in my day.
Holy fuck. That dude, this
You guys
went
are
left
messed up,
real
man.
quick. This shit went left real quick, man.
Apparently, that's my scary story.
I don't know. I get scared and creeped out sometimes.
Oh, I do
'cause
it all the time.
Like
It's not- I'm
live
not
by
normal.
myself with
What's
my
up, Delilah?
kids.
Hey, Delilah.
Just ruined her.
I know.
I know, it's
Never
like-
mind.
She built that
Next
shit
subject.
up, man. Built it up, man. Just-
I don't know. I get scared sometimes because it's just me and my kids.
Oh, anyway, Delilah.
Actually, Delilah. But I don't get too scared. I don't know. I'm just like, I'll take them on. Like,
Well, I do too, but
I
I
will
go
fight these
every time I
people.
go in my house at nighttime when it's just me and Mike's not with me. I like swing the door open, and I'm like, every time, like
No.
something's wrong with me.
I
Like, why am I
will.
like that?
I'll get scared if it's just like me and my two
Yeah,
babies.
yeah.
But I won't like. If Jacob's with, I know he could like take off running with him or something, and I'll be like, I'm fighting everyone.
I want to get a gun, but Mike won't let me.
I want to now that
Especially when you live
now that I
alone.
live by myself. Like I've been seriously thinking about it. I'm like, shit.
Cause like, yeah, I don't want to get into that. But.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nuts. But yeah, I thought I'd say that story because I was tripping on it like all afternoon. Like,
Well, I
holy
hope,
fuck,
hopefully
that'd be-
she finds out, man.
Yeah, I was like,
For
hopefully that's
real.
the end of the fucking story and not just like the middle part of it. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's fuck.
Or the beginning.
Yeah.
Dum, dum, dum.
Yeah. It's fucking scary.
God, that'd be creepy. Like, man, hopefully they didn't put like some like spy cameras or like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I'd be checking my house everywhere. Cause if they didn't take anything, then why were
I'd
they
have
there?
been like so mad at the cops. Be like, first of all, tell
Yeah.
me who this person is.
Yeah, right?
Like, why are you not saying anything?
Well, someone broke into Mike's car just
Mine
like a
too.
month ago,
Mine too, like
and it
a
was
few
like,
days ago.
really? This happens to Mike's car all the time.
Mine too.
But
For real,
So
no
you guys
lie.
just truck.
they caught the kid. They caught one of the
Oh,
kids.
really?
Cause like the cops came And then we seen a bunch of lights, and we're like, oh, it's probably our weirdo neighbor again doing something.
He was
But
weird.
then the cop came knocking
Now
on
your
our door.
weirdo neighbors listening.
I know.
My bad, you're not that weird.
Yeah. You only have
The
to
other weirdo
deal
neighbor.
with us for 2 weeks. We're moving. Right? So, yeah, so they came pounding on the door, and then they're like, oh, we seen a cop was driving by and seen someone like rummaging through your car. So when they stopped, two of them ran. The one that was in the car got away, but his friend didn't. So I was like, what the heck? Who are they? I was like trying to go, but then the other cop took him already. So it must have been 2 young kids or
Must
something.
be, yeah.
That's crazy.
I was like, me and Mike would stay up every night, like trying to listen, because we're like, shit, we could catch him easily,
Yeah.
probably. You know,
Yeah,
we're
just
still
fuck
really
it.
fast, for real.
Staying up late.
We
as
thought
fuck.
about putting up traps, and we're
I
like,
could-
how could we trap
Yeah,
them?
me
You know,
too. I've been thinking the same shit.
I could see you guys sitting there like plotting.
for real, we sure were. But that's scary, you know. Like I have someone at home that lives with me, so like, you know, just live with your kid like that's
Yeah.
scary.
See, they took all my shit
I
out of
like
my truck the
lock
other day.
everything up.
For real?
100%.
All my change, all of that shit came out, and
Oh, you changed?
papers everywhere. I was like,
Oh,
someone just went through my truck.
for real, that's how Mike's car was, like papers out and it was
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, they did that to my truck before too. I can't remember if I told that story on here already before, but they stole my box of CDs.
No way, did they?
Yeah,
Well, can you pass them
remember
out
that.
at least?
and then they
I remember that.
somebody fucking stole them out of my fucking car, and then I live right by the post office or whatever, and they must have realized that
They're
like,
not
oh,
the-
this is bullshit, so they fucking
These are just
Yeah.
Gabe's
We don't
CDs.
Yeah.
know him, and they like
yeah.
threw him
So they
everywhere.
fucking threw my CDs like a full box like out into the street, and so when the post office workers were going to work, they thought it was one of their boxes, so they picked it up, and they
Hmm.
realized it wasn't, so they fucking brought it over to Total Drag, and the guys from Total Drag like called me up and were like, somebody brought over your CDs or whatever,
Well,
so
that's
they
cool.
found them in the street.
That was cool of that post officer. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Post
Post
what are they?
Post officer.
Postman,
yeah.
mailman.
Nope. We're going away from those words.
Nope.
Yeah. Post
Post
Say man.
officer then.
post person.
Yeah. See, that's what I said. I'm in a
Post
sociology
person.
class, and we were talking about this. That's probably why I said post officer.
Yeah. Word.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. So, anything else going on?
I feel like there's something. Oh, next weekend I'm going to TLC concert.
Oh yeah,
On time.
hmm
you're gonna.
Shayna was supposed to come ditched out on me because her car broke down. I don't know.
You know, real life stuff.
Be real, no, life.
Oh, struggles, huh?
Mm.
The
Yeah.
struggle's real.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Where's that at?
Kansas City.
Jesus Christ. that's
5
a-
hours.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's like going to Rapid.
It is, actually.
Still, that's a long.
Yeah, it
Lazy.
is.
That's how
I'm
I know
so
I've
used
gotten
to
old.
it.
I'm just like Rapid City. That's a long drive.
I'm so I could do that drive asleep.
Same.
now.
I may not make it. Leave me by the side of the
I'm
road.
gonna be so tired when I get there. We were talking about
Yeah, but I was, before she backed out. Just kidding. We were talking about like, oh, we should
He's
go to
throwing
a
it in
spa, or I was like, you know what, we just nap. That's free. We can just go sleep for the concert,
Yeah.
you know.
You
But
sleep
I'm so
through it.
excited because on Netflix I watched like a month ago. They got a documentary out on just the two of them, obviously, but they were talking about some of their upcoming shows. And I was like, they tour still? So I'm like Googling like the closest, and Kansas City was the closest. So
Is Left Eye gonna be there?
in my heart.
That's what I was saying earlier. They're gonna pull her on stage, so she better be ready
See,
to
they
do all
do.
the left eye parts.
They be doing those
Gotta have that.
holograms. What if they do a Left Eye hologram?
That would
that
be
would
dope.
be cool.
That
Yeah.
would be cool.
Brittany Brands wants to know, so about that taco sale.
Oh snap!
Oh man.
I'm having a taco sale tomorrow.
Dude,
you are?
Word.
Yeah.
what? You didn't even say anything?
Hell yeah.
It's
You'd be
gonna be
advertising
a
that shit.
There's gonna be a pop-up sale tomorrow,
Pop up shop.
starting at 11:30.
Nice.
Yep.
Damn it, I have to work.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Lunch break. Deliver.
I live in Key. Unless you want to deliver out to Tea.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Then bring me a couple
That's,
out there.
that's
And then,
suburbs area.
Yeah, that's out of our vicinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be cool. So I'll update you guys next time. I'll be going live. I'll be taking pictures. I'll be
Oh, yeah.
snapping, so follow me. Just kidding.
Throw your Snapchat out there then.
Hey, I got my lingo down from rappers. So
Yeah, throw your Snapchat
Turn
out
into
there.
night show.
yeah.
I was watching that video. I uploaded that video from
The Nelly.
yeah.
show.
I was laughing again at the part at the
Dog.
end whenever
Oh.
Shayna's just all sprung over fucking Nelly kissed her.
I was
Oh,
like
so funny.
in tears.
I thought you were just fucking around at first, and then you were just...
The night chills. We're like walking away. He's like, "Pull yourself together. You're my staff."
You're embarrassing me, and I was like, I can't.
There's that one video whenever we're all walking down before like we go on, and you guys look like you're like my bodyguards or whatever, and we're just walking down.
I know.
the
We
hallway.
just followed him around because we had to be with him to like get back
Go anywhere.
backstage, and so like we're like, well, he's going. We gotta go. Like,
You know how like Black Panther, he has his guards are like all women. They call it like the Dormelage or whatever. That's what they were my
Mhm.
Dormelage.
We
Yeah.
even had uniforms.
Yeah.
Someone
Oh,
posted,
shit.
they're like, Nelly's not that tall. I was like, no,
He's
he's
not.
not. That's what like a lot of people think. Famous people are automatically like tall. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Or they never age.
Yeah.
Fuck that
Like,
picture.
what
Of
the
Juvenile
heck?
was like everybody was talking mad
I
shit.
know.
You can't lie though.
I
That
seen
picture,
that.
he does look really old.
He
in that
probably
picture,
is really
but,
old. I mean, he's probably like
He
But
is.
but the way
40s.
we seen him, he didn't look like that in real life.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
They-
no.
He had
that,
gray
that was
hair,
just
though.
a bad.
It was
Yeah,
all
it
your
was just a bad
filters.
picture though. But
Yeah.
It was all
Yeah,
your
part of it was the
filters.
lighting.
Yeah, but it was
Like-
a weird lighting that
but
hallway.
yeah, he did look old. Just that picture. Just
He didn't
do
look
him
that old in
justice.
person.
Yeah.
No.
Unless I was that drunk.
Yeah.
Nah, you was drunk.
In the picture, I'm like, I don't want to bother him.
Me too,
And
I'm
Shayna's
like-
all next to him, like,
I know we had to tell
Like I
you,
was
get
the
in
first
there.
I know. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't want to talk
Did
about
someone
that
say something?
situation. Remember, I didn't get my picture.
How can someone come on your show to talk about human trafficking? I don't know. Message us,
Yeah, message us.
especially if you're being. Never mind. I won't say anything. But yeah, message us. We will make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm still mad I didn't get my Juvie picture. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I was pretty
Now
heated.
I thought you
Picture.
did.
No,
Didn't you post
Juvie.
some?
Your
Yeah.
Nelly
Oh, I did
picture.
with him and Brandis.
Oh,
But-
not solo.
Yeah, I wanted my solo.
Yeah, I wanted my solo too. I was trying to get to it, and then you guys all jumped in. I was like, these motherfuckers.
I know. I got in on that one.
Nate's forever popping up in someone's picture.
I know. Always
In the
back.
background.
All haps.
For real. Those ones at the icon, I didn't even know those were taken until he posted
One
them.
of me and Randy.
Oh,
He
yeah.
saw.
I'm
All
like,
smiles.
"Damn, look
Oh,
at
yeah.
that."
We did play darts that night. I kicked you guys' ass.
No,
too.
I think I won that.
I don't even remember who
Yeah,
won.
I put it on my Snapchat. Like, I kicked
Yeah.
their ass. I zoomed in.
Nah, it's because you got one good throw in.
I don't think
doesn't
we
mean,
even got
you
to
know,
finish
nah.
because they
We
kicked
did.
us out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they kicked us out.
I know, but I was leading by
Didn't
a
we,
large
wasn't that like
margin.
our second game? You won the first one, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the
we
second
started
one.
the second one.
Yeah.
I think I won the first one.
Who weren't even there.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was there. We played
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
I thought we only played one.
No, we
Lord,
played.
He just
where
had
did
time
time
where
go?
was you at?
They just had the worst night ever.
Fuck
I
yeah,
know.
dude.
God.
I just had fun.
I
It
felt
was,
so bad.
She did.
I know.
Yeah.
So I almost got arrested that night.
Yeah, and then he's
Oh
being
my
mouthy to
God.
the cops,
Oh,
and I'm just like,
I'm like, shut up. Let's
you're
go.
gonna have a bad time.
they're like, this is gonna be the end of Night Shield, and they're like, I wish I would have recorded them
Who
saying
said that?
The cops.
Shut up. Are you
Brooklyn.
serious?
I was like, you guys are being so,
they
dramatic.
knew the cop knew who you
Cops.
was, or just because you
I
said
don't
it?
know.
Cause you're like, fuck, it wasn't me. Like,
This is the coolest guy ever. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just like, dude,
What are you
shut
talking about?
up. No, I
Then Nate's
had
over here
your
like,
back. I was like, he
"What
didn't
happened?"
do it.
I know.
I was like, he didn't do it. Had his back of the chisel. He did.
I was like, yeah, he did.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh.
he did.
Just trying to fucking.
I didn't say anything to the cop. Shar asked me if he did, and I was like, mm-hmm.
I know. I'm all like, well,
I
what
was like,
happened?
yeah, they probably seen it.
What happened over here?
Yeah.
He was like facing them. Like,
No way. Are you
he
serious?
he was like facing them, and then they were like pulling up.
Anyway,
It's all hearsay. There's no proof. No proof.
He's like, the cameras.
You want me to look at my camera?
There's an
Oh,
officer
man.
cop with the red light.
I
And
just
she'll, like,
remember I was saying to that cop, I was like, "This is what you're doing tonight. This is what you're doing.
Yeah,
You're arresting
I
people for
remember
fucking
that.
peeing." And then, yeah,
This is all your time?
yeah.
somehow we got let loose, though.
This
Yeah,
what
we did.
this what Brooking's about.
Catching people peeing. Well, they shut down that other thing going on, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They didn't even let it start. I set up, started playing music. I didn't realize that I seen the cops come in, but I didn't realize they shut it down. I'm still playing music because the lights are on me. I couldn't see none. One of the guys got up there and they was like, "Where's all the drink?" I was right over there at the bar. He was like, "There ain't no fucking bar here." Came off the stage, I looked, and everybody was gone. I was like, "Where the fuck's everybody at?"
The only one there. And then we're trying to...
For real, I was too, man. And
Playing
then,
all his best hits.
so then I shut it down and I walked out in the hallway and everybody was standing out there, cops everywhere. I was like, "What the fuck's going
That's
on,
crazy.
man?" And they were like, "Cops shut it down. They took the bar, they took all the alcohol." I was like, "What?"
And then no one was helping Nate, so I was just like, all right, what do I got to do? And he's like, oh, that's not my mic, that's not mine. I was like, well, it's yours.
It is now.
It is
The
now.
shark came out with 2 suitcases.
Not even yours. Lights and everything, just took all their stuff.
Took all the snacks. I forgot
man.
someone went in there and he was like,
a good
well, shit,
time.
at least give me a sandwich.
Yeah.
Hey, for real?
Fuck.
I was like, can't drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shut that down quick.
I think that about does it. It's good fun. I'm going to end today's episode with my homeboy John Valentine, put out an album, just came out, that I'm on. It's called, well, he goes by John On Demand. You can pick it up on iTunes and all that stuff now. And this is the Reconstruction remix, which features myself, V the Noble One, and MC 12-2 or 12-2 MC or something like that. But yeah, it's a pretty dope song. Check it out, John On Demand, The Reconstruction, and we will see you guys in a few weeks.
2 weeks. See you guys.
Bye.
I got this fire in my heart while the world's getting colder. Go 100 for my city, 605 on my shoulders. Yeah, this is total reconstruction. Oh yeah, this is my year. When the world knocks you down, build it up. When the world knocks you down, you build it up. Go ahead and raise your glass. It's the reconstruction. Started out this project like I want solutions. Now I'm feeling presidential. It's like I signed the Constitution. JONBA, never dropping the ball. The noisiest archer, all the shots that I call. So on demand, my schedule saying that's plenty. Tell my story, grab the dice and roll a nat 20. Practice what I preach. Let technology work for me. The whole world's within my reach. I'll fall off never, oh you didn't get the memo. I'm living each day like I just got out the limo. Opportunity knocks, I find my success and connecting. I see networking when I look out the window. Pour my wine, it flows over the brim though I continue to win. Despite you hating bimbos, the map on the table, watch the moves that I make. A smile on the face, every step that I take. I got this fire in my heart while the world's getting colder. Go 100 for my city, 605 on my shoulders. Yeah, this is total reconstruction. Oh yeah, this is my year. When the world knocks you down, build it up. When the world knocks you down, we build it up. Go ahead and raise your glass. It's the reconstruction.
respect the architects, cause they gon' build the core. And ain't a laid the foundation, it ain't no either or. Quick slip from the top and now you scraping off the floor. And those who complain about my rain want it back the way it was before. Well, it's all good cause I ain't sweating nothing. And you know how I get down, you know I'm up to something. And I ain't never played a sucker, so I ain't up for running. But this is fly over country, so you know they ain't gon' see us coming. We win in stealth, they can't see that they be taking L's. They wanna fight over those coins, well I wish them well. I keep my mouth shut so you know that I don't kiss or tell. I just follow the blueprint and it ain't never failed. And they can't lock in on the dream cause they chasing cream. And you know how hard I go when I go for team. Respect for moves I direct, you know I do my thing. Screaming quiet on the set and let you fuck up my scene.
I got this fire in my heart while the world's getting colder. Go 100 for my city, 605 on my shoulders. Yeah, this a total reconstruction. Oh yeah, this is my year. When the world knocks you down, build it up. When the world knocks you down, we build it up. Go ahead and raise your glass up. It's the reconstruction.
We could all use a little positivity. I positively won't give up easily. I got these bees in me buzzing around the trees and me freezing me at the knees and keeping me standing my ground. I look around, I got so much to be thankful for. Pound for pound, I control my stacks more than before. Stick around, expect the world for me get even more receiving grievances and relieving the most evenly. You can't bog me down. You won't fog my cloud. Light 'em up, knock 'em down, hit 'em hard. Look around, see who's really got your back. So many
I got this fire in my heart while the world's getting colder. Go 100 for my city, 605 on my shoulders. Yeah, this a total reconstruction. Oh yeah, this is my year. When the world knocks you down, build it up. When the world knocks you down, we build it up. Go ahead and raise your glass up. It's the reconstruction.
I see my world collapse and crumble to the ground. Now I'm dealing with my past, too better here and now. See, I rise above my faults and I shine above the rest. And yeah, the path I'm on feels like a conquest. I can see the finish line, getting cocky with my stride. My ego gets involved and that's when I fall. But now I know my model, my mama raised the salve. I hit it full throttle, both feet up on the gas. Knock down 10, yeah, get a B11. That's how I live my life, yeah, 24/7. That's how you breed a winner, that's how you feed the beast. See the grind is what's for dinner, yeah, we mash out in these streets. You can never stop the hustle of a sav who wants to win. You can only stop a buster who only plays pretend. You'll only hear a sucker say, Shizzle ain't the baddest, yeah, the real know the real. That's why Shizzle stay a savage.
I got this fire in my heart while the world's getting colder. Go 100 for my city, 605 on my shoulders. Yeah, this a total reconstruction. Oh yeah, this is my year. When the world knocks you down, build it up. When the world knocks you down, we build it up. Go ahead and raise your glass up. It's the reconstruction. It's the reconstruction.